Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
We're going to talk about BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed is trying to hose investors.
BuzzFeed's logo goes the wrong direction.
It does. It needs to be going down. Down.
It's more flaccid. But yeah, so their new thing, you're going to love this. Their new thing is that they're trying to say they're a tech company.
A tech company. So they can get a higher valuation, so they can get some venture capital, because BuzzFeed is failing. BuzzFeed is failing. We've been covering the decline of, I guess you'd call it, millennial media outlets, and BuzzFeed has been at the forefront of that. We know they've absorbed Huffington Post, which was one of its peers. They've been laying people off like crazy, and people are getting sick and tired of effing BuzzFeed, but they're trying to rebrand themselves as a tech company so they can get a couple $2 billion of investor money.
But you know what? Here's the thing between them and OnlyFans. Everybody's going after these investors, and Patreon and stuff. The venture capital thing, you have to earn it. You have to earn money. In 5 years, you still have to have some kind of increase or money being made or whatever. You can't just keep taking money, and then not pay it back.
Yeah, you have to show that you're profitable, or at least working toward profitability. And it's usually they give you about 5 years.
People don't just give you money because you're you.
You want to see what happens when all the numbers finally come to light. Watch the WeWork documentary. WeWork was all smoke and mirrors, and then when they went public, it came out that they were all smoke and mirrors, that they weren't profitable at all, and the whole thing imploded. And that's what these companies do. These BuzzFeeds, they basically, they call it like a pump and dump scheme. Somebody I was talking to back channel about comic book resources and how they're churning out like 100 to 150 articles a day on comic book resources, probably so they can pump up the numbers and go sell it off to somebody and be like, hey, this site makes, gets many millions of views a day or whatever. Never mind that you've got, 100 and some stories that have to be posted every day, and we think it's worth this much money. And some sucker will buy it, but they might not, because a lot of these sites, like Mike was one of the peers of BuzzFeed, it sold for $5 million. Somebody could just cut a check and buy Mike. Somebody could just, one of these days, BuzzFeed could be so devalued, somebody could just cut a check and say, here's $10 million for all of BuzzFeed. It's like $3 million for all of Tumblr.
Right. Well, wasn't BuzzFeed trying to be movies, or they were trying to be like in the movies business now too?
Yeah, that didn't go very well for them. I guess this thing is still happening, this Gamergate inspired movie, even though Elliot Page has ducked out.
Right, and people backlash. That on both sides thought it was a bad idea.
Yes.
Nobody thought it was a good idea.
So we're going to talk about BuzzFeed. So before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 202,000 subs. Thank you so much for the support. We do talk about pop culture journalism because sites like BuzzFeed have had an influence on pop culture sites that used to be by fans for fans. And the BuzzFeed attitude, and the reason I'm bringing up comic book resources, is they have sort of become the BuzzFeed of pop culture. Doesn't matter if it's true. They make listicles. They just run with shit because it's all about outrage bait and keywording and all that, just to bring in that ad revenue. But BuzzFeed's ad revenue is starting to run out, so now they got to shake down investors for money. So this I saw last night coming from The Wrap. Oh my God, is BuzzFeed really a $1.5 billion tech company?
No.
Analysis. So yeah, they said they're going to go public via an SPAC on Thursday. In one neat move, they redefined itself as a tech company rather than a content company.
In what way are they a tech company?
Well, they're
We're going to get to that.
We're going to get to
I can't wait to.
We're going to get to it.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, there's some tech. It's some dirty tech that they're going to brand themselves with. The reason for that was simple and clearly laid out in the investor presentation. BuzzFeed is seeking a $1.5 billion valuation based on a projected profit of $117 million by the end of 2022.
Based on what?
Based on what? That will mostly come from e-commerce. So
selling shit.
Like those tasty puzzles, the devil's pie.
Oh, devil's pie. Yeah, devil's pie. Don't buy the tasty puzzle with the devil's pie.
The valuation represents a multiple of 13 times the profit, which is in line with a tech company, but is way more aggressive than what a 15-year-old content company would do.
Bullshit.
So they're basically trying to reset the clock. Like, oh, hey, yeah, we started out as a blog, but now we're a tech company. Virtually all companies are cloaking themselves in a mantle of tech. Cloaking, hiding, lying. Founder of advisory firm Creative Media. The market rewards that with higher valuations and higher multiples. It's certainly a key financing strategy to position yourself more as a tech company than a media company.
But if you're doing that, even if you're not, or you're basing it very loosely on some things, and you're presenting it that way to get people to give you money, isn't that kind of like a scheme?
Well, this is what happened with, I think, with Tapas. Tapas, the webtoon. Well, it's not webtoon, but they did, Korean webtoons, webcomics, stuff like that. Is they tried to say that they were a tech company because they had proprietary platform, and apps and stuff like that. So they could say, hey, we're a tech company, we make apps. But in reality, it was just a content aggregator.
Well, that sounds like what they're trying to do here too. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, you're still kind of like misleading people to give you money.
According to the presentation, the company is heavily promoting its massive reach and recognition among millennials and Gen Z, as well as the technological innovations it has developed to create viral content, such as a powerful content management system.
So the same thing. But here's the thing. If you talk to a lot of millennials or Gen Z, they think BuzzFeed's a joke.
Yeah, it is a joke. It's a joke.
Like, our kids are Gen Z and they think BuzzFeed's stupid.
Yeah, and what little good content they have in there. I mean, their newsroom sometimes is okay, and they had the Try Guys. They did that.
Yeah,
and they spun off
and some of the other things that are about like life hacks or recipes. Other people have done videos debunking them and talking about how not only were they not really that didn't really work that way, but sometimes it could be even dangerous sometimes. Allegedly, according to people debunking it, but it's just most people think BuzzFeed is just like listicles and quizzes.
Yeah. So BuzzFeed has already seen some success from e-commerce, releasing branded cookware
under Tasty.
That's
true, they do.
And collaborating on a branded sex toy.
So let me get this straight. The reason they're a tech company is because they sold cookware under their Tasty brand, and they made a sex toy. Collaborated on a sex toy. Usually, it's more fun when you collaborate with a sex toy, but that's another story entirely.
I'm gonna buzz your listicles with this thing.
They're more fun with two,
OMG,
more than one person. But
OMG,
I'm just like OMG. I'm like, anyway.
Subscribed.
So wait, I'm just trying to understand. So the reason they're saying they're a tech company is because of their content management system.
Yes.
Which is like pretty much a lot. Their headline automating tool. What does that mean? That it automatically generates headlines?
Probably.
That explains a lot if that's what it means. Because they have the Tasty brand of cookware, and because they collaborated on a sex toy. That makes them a tech company.
Well,
hot damn, there's a bunch of stuff we could do now. We could be a tech company too.
So the site uses affiliate links to get partner revenue from Amazon. So wait,
I was going to say, when they said that, I was thinking affiliate links is what I was thinking of e-commerce.
But that's not really e-commerce. Any schmuck can start a blog and throw Amazon ads on it. Like that.
People do it all the time on YouTube. I mean, are they a tech company now too?
I guess. BuzzFeed pointed to its rapidly scaling higher margin commerce revenue stream.
What the hell? It's like, put as many words in it as you can to make it sound fancy.
We're a tech company that just links to Amazon and sells sex toys, and we licensed out our Tasty brand.
So translation, they pointed to its rapidly, go back up, I was reading that. Rapidly scaling higher margin commerce revenue system. So yeah, we put Tasty on some cookware, and we have a lot of links to Amazon. That's what that translates to. Expected to be 31% of their total revenue by 2024. So we're going to shove more Amazon shit through.
So basically, BuzzFeed can't make enough money off of advertising because it probably is losing eyeballs.
Wait, it is diversified revenue model. That's what they're considering a diversification for a revenue model. Amazon affiliate links, cookware, and a sex toy.
Yes. Oh, and a Gamergate movie that has yet to materialize. Yeah, that's their diversified revenue model. They want $1.5 billion for that. Surprisingly, the investor pitch puts notably little emphasis on its news gathering operation, completely omitting the fact that its news division just won a Pulitzer Prize? A historic achievement by digital media.
Yeah, that's a lot more relevant.
representative for BuzzFeed refuted the idea that the company is going down the tech road. We're talking about going public at a valuation that's less than 3 times our combined 2021 revenue. Tech companies usually go public at 20 times the revenue. The company has always had appeal to outside investors. Yeah, and they had a bunch of people dump money into it, and same with Vice too. And they got burnt. Yeah, growing is a lot harder than you think.
Not with that sex toy.
Not with that sex toy, said this executive. You can drive low margin dollars. I don't think they can move into owned commerce that easily. So now these other tech companies are like, yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. Even media companies that do e-commerce well, like Barstool Sports, struggle to drive growth in that sector. Yeah, it doesn't help. It doesn't help that people are leaving. You're losing your pay pigs. They're not going to your website anymore. They think you're full of shit.
That's what I'm saying. They're saying millennials and Gen Z, and I'm like, I can tell you, a lot of millennials and Gen Z people think that BuzzFeed is full of shit.
I mean, BuzzFeed's in dire straits. Pulitzer or no Pulitzer. Look, it's kind of like Disney in the fact that there are many moving parts at this company. And some of these people might be actual legit journalists, but the company as a whole has a reputation for clickbait.
Pretty much.
I mean, that's just
and like I said, there are channels completely out there that do all kinds of videos where they take their viral videos where they're showing you how to do these different hacks or whatever, and they show you better ways to do it, or they show you why there might be problems doing it that way, or they're like, that hack's stupid. Why waste your time on that when you could just do this because that's what most people do, things like that. So. But are they coming out as a tech company or aren't they?
They basically are. They're basically like our long-term goal is to be a tech company more than just a publisher, more than just a listicle farm. So they're buying Complex Networks, a Gen Z pop culture place.
They keep throwing these words around. It's like they keep using these words, but I don't know if they necessarily know what these words mean.
I don't even know who they are. So they have Complex. What's next in? Okay, so yeah, these are websites. First We Feast, Soul Collector about sneakers.
I never heard about any. I've heard of Soul Collector actually. I have not heard about any of these other ones.
Complex Shop. So again, e-commerce, because they get sneakerheads and they can sell them shoes. Foodies, they can sell them food kits and restaurants and stuff. And they've got their own convention.
And who's this?
This is Complex. They bought Complex to expand their reach.
Oh God.
Why don't they buy CBR?
Why don't they just buy people that know what the hell they're doing? Would that be more? Wouldn't that make more sense?
That would, but they got their Pulitzer, right?
This is written by a media reporter who's a woman calling them out. That's great.
That is funny. So yeah, they said they're gearing up for an IPO with $1.7 billion valuation. They said that the SPAC frenzy has cooled down. I did know that they're kind of backing off because I think a lot of these investors have gotten hosed.
Well, they're not gonna. They think they're not gonna think they're gonna get hosed here. It's okay if you're investing in that sex toy. Getting hosed is part of the reward.
She brings up WeWork. She said, yeah. They said basically they're like BuzzFeed's kind of late to the party, and they said, yeah, real estate company WeWork announced its plan in March to go public after merging with BowX Acquisition Corp. Yeah, so they for $9 billion, and they were supposed to get $46 billion. They had a $46 billion valuation in 2019. 2 years later, they're only getting $9 billion. Mm-hmm. Good luck with that.
It's funny. We thought the same thing.
Yeah, good luck with that. So we're going to wrap this one up.
Yep.
All right, so please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.